Hello everybody, my name's Idiotic Synergy and today we're talking about Lady Olynder, or Oleander, I don't know how you pronounce the name, but this is an Age of Sigmar model, obviously, and also the title of Mrs. Oleander there is Mortarch of Grief. So basically, spooky ghost lady with companions. One is holding a sand timer because, ooh, spooky. And the other one is holding a book because, ooh, spooky. I don't know why he's holding a book. That book could be anything, probably. I don't know what that book it could probably be. The Lionel Johnson book. He's one of the scalpers. Anyway, despite that, this is what the model looks like, and I love it. I really do. It's simple. It's a simple model. It's not... I was about to say it's not over the top, but it kind of is. But it's really simple in its design, because it's just, you know, basic, just white sheets and, ooh, spooky. But it's simply designed, and it works really well. Also, I love the fact that instead of using a flying base, they have this long bit of cloth that floats all the way down there. And I quite like that. That's quite smart of having that on the base like that. That's kind of cool. I do like this model. It's pretty much a work of art. A lot of these Age of Sigmar models are a work of art. And I do like it, and I might even try and paint it one day, but at 32 quid, oh, I'm going to have to wait a while. Yeah, I would really like to get this model, just so then I can paint it up with contrast and make a video about it, because my chair has arrived. Yeah, today's been a good day. My chair has arrived, so I can start doing painting videos. Woo! Anyway, despite that, this model is really cool, and it is really well detailed, and even with the cloak, I like the effect of, like, the ghost face underneath the cloak and everything. It's really good, but I also like this weird staff she has. It's really cool. Also, look at the headdress there. It's amazing. It really is amazing, and I kind of want... I want to see this as a tattoo, you know? That would be sick as a tattoo. I bet putting this together, though, is a bit of a pain in the ass, but... despite that, I think it's a really cool model. It is so simply designed and just amazing. Yeah, I bet you though it's a pain in the ass to put together. Because it's all spindly and, oh, fragile. It could be really fragile. Depends how easily the plastic bends. I hope not really easily, otherwise bits of it could snap instantly. But it is just a fantastic model to look at. I do like the companions. The Banshee Handmaidens. This poor woman, no wonder she's called the Mortarch of Grief if she's accompanied by two Banshees. Just every time she walks, she just says, "Ah!" It's like, I wonder if she's got earplugs or just something, you know, like, oh, I'm tired of this afterlife. Oh dear, my only two companions are these two, and look at what they're doing. Oh! It's like just a never-ending scream. But yeah, she's equipped with the Staff of Midnight, which sounds fancy, and has a gemstone of virtuified grave sand. So just sand from a grave. Grave sand. Well, that just sounds kind of lame. It's like, oh, we've went to a burial site and just nicked a bunch of soil and we called it grave sand. But yeah, it's a really cool model, and I want to know what she does in game. So, holy hell, that's a description, isn't it? Sorry, this whole, oh my god, I didn't expect like a this description. So she is the mourning bride. Of course, she's a bride. The unrequited queen, the veiled lady, and the Mortarch of Grief, the mourning bride. She is despair made manifest. That's just called marriage. Gloom given form. Yep, it sounds like my mum. Oh dear, when my mum got married, she was just miserable. Uh, she is Lady Olynder, and and in her are bound all the sorrows and anguishes of the realms. It's such an edgy description, isn't it? She is. She just listens to Linkin Park on repeat. Her power transcends the melancholic. I can't pronounce words. For she I can't do this. For she exudes mind-crippling waves of pure desolation. Mortals in her presence are overwhelmed by gloom, so heavy that only the strongest wills can stay upright. It's my mum telling me I have to wake up. It's like, no, please let me sleep. Most fall to their knees, mentally battered by their own utter hopelessness. Oh, it sounds like uni, to be fair. It's me when I walk in uni, just, no, you know what, I don't want to do this, I want to shoot myself. It's a sorrow potent enough to cause a mother to forsake her child. Alright then. If you... Yeah, why not? Why not? It's like, you know what? I love my son. They see this woman appear. Nah, not today, kid. Yeet! A warrior to lay down his sword and accept the inevitable, to stop a beating heart. This multi-part plastic kid. The miniature does an impressive job of capturing the bleakness hovering above the ground in a I can't. It's like such an over-the-top description of, we made a model. It's about this woman. She is perpetually sad. The model is simple but effective. That's all you need. You don't need this, Oscar-winning blurb at the back. I do like it. I do like this model, and yeah, I want to know more. I really want to know more, and let's look at her rules, because the rules seem really interesting. Hopefully, it turns out she's the worst unit in the game. That would be kind of sad. It would be kind of sad, but fitting because she is so depressing. Right, so these are the rules for Lady Olynder. And she is a wizard, obviously. She's War Master. How does she lead an army if she is always perpetually depressed? I mean, maybe that's why she's in charge, because the Nighthaunts, if they stay within her vicinity, they have to listen to the banshees and her crying. So it's either die in battle or hang on, how do Nighthaunts actually die? Because they're already dead, so... Okay, so they become dead again, I assume. Anyway, doesn't matter. We're not after realism, I mean, it's Warhammer, for fuck's sake. But I'd like to imagine that she has a box set of films she's watched, and they either stay in place and have to listen to her watching these horrific films, or run at the enemy, and that's why she's in charge. It's like, oh no, she's putting on Grave of the Fireflies again. Run! She's gonna be depressed within 5 minutes. Or she's putting on Threads. Oh god, there's a bleak film for you. Threads. If you haven't watched Threads, the reason I'm saying Threads like this is because some people can't understand my THs. So, anyway, if you haven't watched Threads, I recommend you do, because it's bloody depressing. If you want to kill your mood, watch Threads. It's just depressingly bleak and upsetting, and oh god. It's not really a film that you watch with your family. It's a film that you watch if you're planning to just be depressed, I guess. It's not a happy film, but I would recommend it. It's a good film, not a happy film. Same with Deer Hunter. The ending of Deer Hunter always gets me. It always does. Just the funeral scene is the worst one. It's so depressingly bleak. Nikki's funeral. I haven't seen Deer Hunter in ages. I need to watch Deer Hunter again at some point because I love Deer Hunter. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting distracted. This model can also fly, obviously, and she has companions, which are the Banshees, which are armed with spectral claws. They're like regular claws, but ghostly. Woo! That could be applied to most of this army, couldn't it? It's like a regular weapon, but ghostly! Woo! Anyway, moving on. These are stats. 340 points, not bad. Sorry, that's a lot of points. So, movement 8, save of a 4, 10 bravery, wound 7. So, yeah, basic stats for this old ghostly depressed bride. Let's get into our melee weapons, because Staff of Midnight is an interesting one. So, range 2 inches, attacks for you're hitting on freeze, wounding on freeze, rending 2, damage 2. That's not a bad melee weapon. Then you look at Spectral Claws, where, okay, range 1 inch, but you've got 6 attacks, hitting on 4s, wounding on 4s, rending 1, damage 1. So, all in all, you've got 10 attacks there. It's not bad, is it? It really isn't. So, what other abilities has she got? Well, Grave Sands of Time. She bears gifts from Nagash. Nagash! Oh, I forgot who Nagash is, but it's such a stupid name. But she bears gifts from him, and she's got an hourglass, which means that she has a 4-up feel no pain. Course she does, because her entire life is pain and suffering and misery, and oh my god, it's so depressing. Yeah, it's cool being at uni. I could be this woman, apart from I'm not a woman. I could wear a bride dress. Just terrorise everyone at that point. My cock's flopped that one. Right, I'm moving on now. No rest for the wicked. Oh dear. Once per battle, she can return up to D6 slain models to each friendly Nighthaunt summonable unit on the battlefield. So she can return all of these units. That's quite cool. She can have more Banshees if she wants, and they're called Morn Banshees. Maya Morn Banshees. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, Games Workshop are naming you did it again. Dredge Scythe Harridans. Clave Wraith Stalkers. Maya Morn Banshees is my favourite name. Anyway, Mortarch of Grief. Because she is just perpetually sad, you roll a dice each time an enemy unit issues a command. On a 5-up, that command is not received, but it still counts as having been used. And the command point that was spent to issue that command is lost. Okay, so she just depresses everyone, I guess. That's quite funny. On a 5-up, no, you can't do what you're going to do. Lifting the veil. So, if she shows you a face, that's just even more depressing. If you see a face, expressions of shock and horror frozen upon the victims' faces, their dying grief only serving only to feed the Mortarch's insatiable desire. Does she have any desire? She is just a massive ball of depression. You know what? Give her an ice cream, put on a silly film, she'd be better. She'd be right as rain, just discover ice cream. That's usually what I do when I'm sad. Just eat. Stress eat. Luckily, I'm getting better with that. Or have gotten best with that because I no longer do it. Yeah. I manage my emotions in a sensible way. I collect Warhammer. Such a sad fucking person I am. Right, so, despite all that, at the start of your shooting phase, you can pick one enemy unit within 12 inches of this unit and roll a dice. On a 2-up, That unit suffers a number of mortal wounds equal to the roll. Add 1 to the number of mortal wounds the target suffers if it is terrified. Okay, so you just do D6. That's a fancy D6 mortal wounds. And if any enemy models were slain by this ability, you can heal. It says any. It doesn't specifically say an amount. So if you kill one model, then you can heal up to D3 wounds allocated to this unit for each enemy model that was slain. So hang on. If any enemy models were slain by that ability, you can heal up to D3 wounds allocated to this unit for each enemy model that was slain. So, up to D3. So, if you... Okay, so do you get D3 per model? Because that would be insane. I don't imagine you roll a D3 for each model. Because that would be insane. Because you could be at 1 wound... But say you slaughtered, I don't know, 6 models, that's 6d6. Not 6d6, that is 63 rolls you're going to make. That can't be right, I'm misunderstanding that. Hang on, I want to get this right. So, if any enemy models are slain by this ability, you can heal up to... I see, so it's only 1d3. And, yeah, you get to heal D3 wounds. Nice. That was needlessly complicated because I overanalyze everything. Grief-stricken. Of course she's grief-stricken. It's a spell. Of course it's a spell. Why wouldn't it be a spell? If she fails at this, what happens? Does she discover joy? Alright, so Grief-stricken is a spell that has a casting value of 7 and a range of 18 inches. You pick one enemy unit within range and visible to the caster, subtract 1 from hit rolls for attacks made by that unit, and add 1 to hit rolls for attacks made with melee weapons by friendly Nighthaunt units that target that unit until your next hero phase. That's quite useful. That's a debuff and a buff. It's a debuff for them, a buff for you. You can basically be like, right, everyone, sick 'em. And just have a bunch of Nighthaunt charge in and do massive amounts of damage, hopefully. That's quite cool. I like that ability. I'm a simple man, that's why I like that ability. So, yeah, that's the rules of Lady Olynder. I don't know if anyone watches to the end of this, so if you have, thank you. But, yeah, I like this model. Get it if you want it. I'm very tempted to get it. I don't play Age of Sigmar, but I might start with Nighthaunt. I might. God damn it, I've got so many army ideas. And I've got a Necromunda gang. Well, a couple of gangs I need to paint up. Fuck. Anyway, see you later. Bye for now, and look after each other. Yeah. Bye.